Hello Synthwavers! I'm super excited to announce the Synthwave Dojo sound bank for the free and awesome GR-8 synth. GR-8 is an awesome Roland Jupiter 8 emulation made by Sasha Radojevic, sorry if I mispronounced your last name, and it's incredibly good for Synthwave. The sound bank includes plenty of basses, brasses, pads, strings, keys, and most patches are directly inspired by the early sounds of the Midnight. To get this sound bank, simply head over to synthwavedojo.com/downloads and look up the sound bank. No sign up and no email required. In the description of this video, you'll find a link to download GR-8. Let's now preview some of these patches. Before we preview the patches, let me show you how to install the sound bank. Head over to the preset tab. Here you will find the factory patches. Simply click here on the disk icon, select import bank, and navigate to wherever you have the XML file that's included in the zipped bank. Click on it and then select or click open, and you'll see then that all of your patches will be imported into the user folder. That's important. You will not find them categorized here, but inside the user folder. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's play one of these basses. Nice. What about this one? Nice. What about some bells? Like this one, maybe. Beautiful patch, especially in the upper registers, like this. And of course, you can head over to the effects tab and add some of these effects, which are really awesome. Like reverb, delay, etc. Alright, let's see what else we got here. What about this Endless Summer brass? Let me show you what the patch looks like. Woo! Nice. Nice. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, some nice keys. What about the Midnight Dreamy? Oh yeah, dreamy they are indeed. Woo. Very, very nice. Let's see what else we got. What about pads? I'm a sucker for pads. Let's go for this mellow saw. Very nice. Let's go crazy with the delay and the reverb. Let's do this. Whew. Just can't help myself, guys. Sorry. One last patch. Let's preview the Midnight Poly. Let's see what this sounds like. Here it goes one more time. Oops, bum note there, but that's fine. Very cool. Now to top off this video, let's do a very quick sound design session. What we'll do is, once again, let's head back to the preset tab. And here I have two special patches, which are the init mono and the init poly. In this case, let's do some release keys. So let's double click on the init poly. Currently sounds like this. Lovely, right? Just you wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, so by default, this is set to poly mode, and both oscillators are set to sawtooth wave, but we're only hearing one of them, so let's increase the mix to 50-50. Right, let's increase the detuning of oscillator 2 a little bit. All right, cool. Now let's work on the amp envelope. For this, I'm going to increase the envelope 2 release control up to here. Envelope 2 by default controls the amp. All right. We're making strides. Now let's do this. Okay, let's set the filter slope to 24 dB per octave. Let's increase the high pass filter a little bit, and let's set this to the halfway point, the same as the envelope. All right, by default, the filter is controlled by envelope 1. So let's work on this envelope. Let's give it some release. And let's give it more decay, the same as the amp envelope. We're getting there. So the length of the notes in this patch are not controlled by the sustain. Actually, let me bring this down. But by the release and the decay. So you play notes and release them quickly on your keyboard or controller. Get that kind of sound. Alright, let's bring the cutoff just a little bit further down, because I don't want the sound to be so bright. Let's bring the envelope down just a little bit. Maybe there. Great. Maybe increase the decay on both. Awesome. Let's now activate the chorus. This is where the magic happens. Very cool. Let's activate the delay. A bit of low cut, high cut. Let's activate the reverb. Increase the mix, increase the length, apply a little bit of high cut, low cut, increase the size. More reverb. Very cool. This is a great sound. Whether you use it drenched in reverb like this or more dry. It's just an awesome sound. I think that track is gonna give you nightmares. Cool, and let's now create a fat line bass kind of patch, and I'm gonna teach you once and for all how to recreate this sound on any synth that you come up with. Heading back to the presets tab, use your folder, click on init mono. This is our basic sound. Lovely. Let's set the voices to unison, bring the detune all the way down, and apply a little bit of stereo. Alright, we're getting there. Now, let's set oscillator 1 to square. Let's leave oscillator 2 as a sawtooth wave. Let's bring the mix to 50-50. However, the square wave has to be an octave down from the sawtooth wave, like so. Great. Let's work on the filter. Let's set this to around 35%. Let's set the slope to 24 dB per octave. A little bit of high pass, just a little bit of resonance. And let's increase the envelope amount to around 55%. The Fatline bass patch came in the original Korg Poly6 synth, which is an awesome classic. That synth only had one envelope to control both the amp and the filter. So we're going to do that same thing here, and the way to do it in here on GR-8 is by setting this control to envelope number 2. So envelope number 2 is going to control both the filter and the amp. Let's set the release to around 35%, the sustain all the way down, the decay to around here, like 35-40%. Great, we're getting there. Let me see if I forgot anything. Okay, we got the octave, the unison, we got this to 50-50. Great. So from here, we can tweak the sound. Let me set up an arpeggiator. Let me set this to 8th notes. Okay, cool. Just so I don't have to play all those notes on my keyboard. From here, we can adjust the decay and open the sound a little bit. Nice. It can be plucky and tight like this, works very well, or more open. You could even increase the sustain a little bit, like so. Nice, very useful. With the envelope control, we can make it just a little darker or brighter, like so. We can certainly play with the detune parameter to give it a little bit more of a detuned sound, like so. Certainly sounds very cool like this. Right, we could also go over the top and add some chorus. Very nice. And if you wanted, of course, you could set the filter to be controlled by envelope 1 and give the filter a little bit of a different shape than the amp, like so. You could open it up by giving it more decay. And you get just a slightly different texture. Or close it even more like this. Add a little bit of resonance. There you go, the fat line bass. Alright, my friends, make sure you download both the synth and the Synthwave Dojo sound bank for GR-8 by following the links in the description. I hope that you put to great use both the sound bank and the awesome free GR-8 in your future productions. And if you do, if you make some great music with them, let me know. That's all I had for today. Have a great one, and keep synthwaving, my friends.